Hello everyone, welcome to Learn the Lingo. My name is Matthew, and today we are going to talk about a very important Hebrew word, Baal. Most English Bible readers will know this word only as the name of a Canaanite deity, Baal. However, throughout the Hebrew Bible, and even in today's spoken Hebrew, the word Baal has a variety of interesting meanings that don't necessarily have negative connotations, which we will look at today. But let's start out with a closer look at Baal being used in reference to a Canaanite god. This happens especially frequently in the books of Kings. In the Hebrew, the deity is not referred to as just Baal, but Ha-Baal. Ha means the, so this would be the Baal. So Baal is not really a name, but a title. The meaning of this title, and the word Baal in general, is something like owner. This title is used for multiple different deities throughout the Bible, such as Baal Berit in the book of Judges, Baal Peor in Numbers, and Baal Zevuv, also known as Beelzebub, in 2 Kings. Because of this usage, sometimes the word Baal can carry a negative connotation. One example of this is the name of one of Saul's sons, which has two variations. One variation of this name is Esh-Baal, which has the word Baal in it. This person is sometimes instead called Ish-Boshet, replacing Baal with Boshet, which is the Hebrew word for shame. With this name, we see that in certain contexts, Baal is a word that is looked down upon. However, Baal does not always have this negative connotation, and throughout the Hebrew Bible, and also in modern Hebrew, it is used as a regular word. As I said before, Baal can mean owner, and has a more general meaning of having or possessing something. Baal is used with the meaning of owner a lot in Exodus chapters 21 and 22. Verses 28 and 29 of chapter 21 talk about the Baal, owner of a bull. Verse 34 has a law that says if an animal falls into a pit, the Baal of the pit must compensate the Baal of the animal. Judges 19 mentions the Baal of a house. Here, Baal can mean owner, but you could also choose to translate it as the master or lord of the house. Baal is also often used to refer to someone who possesses something abstract, like wisdom. Ecclesiastes 7:12 says, "Wisdom will preserve the life of its Baal." In these contexts, it may be better to translate Baal less literally and say, "Wisdom will preserve the life of the one who has it," translating Baal as "one who has." We see this usage in Proverbs 16:22, "Knowledge is a source of life for its Baal," that is, for the one who has it. Proverbs 3:27 says, "Do not withhold good from its Baal." Here we should translate a Baal of good as one who deserves good. Do not withhold good from anyone who deserves it. Baal, meaning one who possesses something, is used with many different expressions in both biblical and modern Hebrew. And when we translate these expressions into English, we may translate Baal in many different ways, usually not word for word. Let's look at a bunch of examples from the Bible. In the story of Joseph, his brothers call him a Baal of dreams. This expression is usually translated as a dreamer. In Exodus 24:14, Moses tells the people that if anyone is a Baal Devarim, a Baal of a dispute, they can go to Aaron and Hur. We can translate this as simply, if anyone has a dispute. In 2 Kings 1:8, Elijah is described as a Baal Se'ar, a Baal of hair, that is, a hairy man. On occasion, the Bible refers to a bird as a Baal Kanaf, a Baal of wings, a winged creature. Proverbs 23:2 says that when you dine with a ruler, you should put a knife to your throat if you are a Baal of appetite, that is, if you have a big appetite. Nahum 1:2 says that the Lord takes vengeance and is a Baal of wrath. We can translate this expression as full of wrath or furious. And those are just some examples of Baal being used in expressions where it means a possessor of something in some way. The word Baal can also refer to an important person or leader. One example of this is Judges 9, which often mentions the Baals, the leaders of Shechem. And one final meaning of Baal in both biblical and modern Hebrew is husband. We see Baal with this meaning in Deuteronomy 24:4, which is a law that says once a woman has divorced and remarried, her first Baal, husband, cannot marry her again. Proverbs 12:4 says that a virtuous wife is the crown of her Baal, her husband. One famous passage that uses Baal is Hosea 2, verses 18 and 19 in Hebrew Bibles, and verses 16 and 17 in English Bibles. The first verse says, "In that day, says the Lord, you shall call me Ishi, and no longer call me Baali." Here, I'll offer you two possible interpretations of this verse. For the first interpretation, let's see exactly what Ishi and Baali mean. The E on the end of both words means my. So that gives us, you will call me my Ish and not my Baal. Both Ish and Baal can mean husband. However, the nuances are different. Baal is a more possessive term, since it can also mean master or owner, while Ish is the direct masculine counterpart to the Hebrew word for wife, Isha. Taking this interpretation, we can understand this prophecy is saying that Israel will have a more intimate relationship with God. The second interpretation seems to be suggested by the following verse. I will remove the names of the Baals from her mouth, and their names will be remembered no more. With this context, we can suppose that you will no longer call me my Baal is also drawing on the negative connotation the word Baal has in relation to false gods, and that this prophecy is saying that mixed worship of the God of Israel and Baal will be forsaken and forgotten. So those are two possible interpretations of that passage in Hosea. Perhaps only one or both of them are correct. Tell me what you think in the comments. And for this last part of the video, we are going to look at a verb that comes from the three-letter root Beit Ayin Lamed. The word Baal is a noun from this root, and the following are examples of verbs from this same root. In certain contexts, this verb can mean rule over or have dominion, as in, lords beside you have ruled over us, Isaiah 26:13. Ruled over in Hebrew is Ba'alunu, which has the three letters of the same root Baal is from. But usually this verb means to marry. Deuteronomy 24:1, when a man takes a wife and Ba'alah marries her. Again, see the three-letter root Beit Ayin and Lamed in the verb marries. In Jeremiah 3:14, God tells Israel to return to him, Ki anochi ba'alti vachem, because I am married, ba'alti, to you. This root Beit Ayin Lamed can also be put into the form of an adjective and mean married. In the feminine form, this adjective will be Beulah. Isaiah 54:1 says the children of the desolate woman will be more than the children of the Beulah, the married woman. You may have noticed that Beulah sounds a lot like the name Beulah from Isaiah 62, and that's because they're the same word. Beulah just has an anglicized pronunciation. Isaiah 62 says, your land shall be called Beulah, Beulah with the Hebrew pronunciation. That is, your land shall be called married, because your land will be married. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. And if you want to learn more Hebrew, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out some of my other videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.